Craven County Board of Commissioners regular session for Monday, October 5th is now in session. Madam Clerk, would you call the roll?
Commissioner Mitchell,
Here.
Commissioner Sampson, Commissioner Bucher,
Here.
Commissioner Liner,
Here.
Commissioner McCabe,
Here.
Vice Chairman Jones,
Here.
Chairman Mark.
Here. Do we stand for the pledge? Prayer.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Lord, merciful God, we give you thanks for giving us another day. Bless those throughout our nation who are suffering from the pandemic, fires, hurricanes, and flooding. Their needs continue. Impel our political leaders to tend to those needs with speed and wisdom. Help us to be people of faith and hope. Lord, have mercy. May all that is done in the days to come before you be for your greater honor and glory. Amen.
Amen. All right, we have the agenda, and I'd like to make one change on the agenda, that we do away with commissioners' comments. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Nays? The ayes have it. Thank you. Petition of citizens.
Mr. Chairman, we've been informed that we have no citizens requesting to speak to the board tonight.
Okay, so we'll admit that. Consent agenda, which consists of the minutes of September 21st, 2020 regular session, tax releases and refunds, sheriff's budget amendment, donation of body armor. I have a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Mitchell,
Yes.
Commissioner Bucher,
Yes.
Commissioner Liner,
Yes.
Commissioner McCabe,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Jones,
Yes.
Chairman Mark.
Yes. Next is department matters. Sheriff's budget amendment for Viper Radio Award, Chief Bobby West.
Good evening, Mr. Chair, Commissioners. How are you doing tonight? Good. Glad to be here tonight. The item I have of business is a budget amendment for the Viper Award from the Coronavirus Relief Act 3.0. This is for $275,000. It came about through the hard work of our representatives and local Congress people, and it's going to be greatly needed, and we're real excited about it, to purchase radios, Viper radios, on the network. So just asking that we could receive the grant and get it approved.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Nays?
Actually, we need a roll call vote.
Need a roll call?
Yes. Commissioner Mitchell,
Yes.
Commissioner Bucher,
Yes.
Commissioner Liner,
Yes.
Commissioner McCabe,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Jones,
Yes.
Chairman Mark.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, Donald? Planning, John Baumgardner, Planning Director, and Chip Bartlett, Holland Consulting Planners.
The first item we have this evening is the Cdbg Coronavirus Program Grant. It's dealing with the application and the administrative services firm selection. On September 8th of this year, we solicited proposals seeking qualified professional and planning and management firms for professional services to write a grant application and to administer the Cdbg coronavirus funding. And if the grant application is approved, we will have to have a consultant to administer the program as well. So we went out for proposals, and we ended up getting 2 proposals back. The 2 that we received were from Holland Consulting Planners and the Adams Company. We set forth a bid review committee of ranking the entire application based on a series of questions that each of the consultants that submitted proposals were to answer in their proposal that we reviewed. At this particular time, based on the rating, with Holland Consulting Planners scoring the highest rating on the two submissions that we had, it was very close. There was only 2 points difference between the two firms. But Holland was the group that had the highest number of points, and we are recommending, staff's recommending to the board that we select Holland Consulting Planners to be the firm selected to help us write the grant application, as well as, if it's funded, to then administer that grant application. In addition, we are asking that the chairman or the manager be authorized to execute any contracts with Holland Consulting Planners.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
Make the motion.
Second.
Okay, we don't need this is a... All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nays? The ayes have it.
This time, I'll turn it over to Chip Bartlett on some awards.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Tonight, we have some contract award recommendations for the Expedited Acquisition or Expedited Buyout Program. Just a background, we have public assistance funding that was made available for the purpose of clearing and disposal of any structures acquired under the HMGP Florence Buyout Program. We had a bid opening for the clearance of 5 units on July 22nd. Bid proposals were received from 6 regional contractors: M&W Land Improvement, Centerline Development, Abilis Incorporated, Corbett Clearing, AK Grading and Demo, and True Blue Services. This was a lump sum bid for all 5 units. The demolition contract award recommendations are for the low bidder for these properties, which are 1800 Frank Avenue, 601, 405, and 605 Howell Road, and 126 Scotts Creek Road. The low lump sum bid from Corbett Clearing and Demo was for $33,500. We're requesting tonight approval of this contract award to allow us to move forward.
Do I have a motion for approval of the contract award?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Do we need a roll call vote on this?
Mr. Chairman.
Can I have a question here?
Yeah.
Acting manager, all of these are in New Bern, correct? And one of them is on one street. I'm just wondering if they're in the city limits of New Bern.
Howell Road is not in the
It's
city
not?
limits, no.
Okay, so they're all county, just got New Bern added.
I just know the 3 at Howell Road are in the county.
Okay, then it's gonna be your responsibility to keep this area up then, right? Especially these 3 on Howell Road. I mean, all 5 of them for the neighborhood and stuff, is that right? The county's responsibility then if we tear them down?
I don't think we've acquired them yet, have we, Chip?
No, we have not acquired them yet. We're closing actually on 2 of them this week. And then once we get those into the system, we'll be acquiring some more. Craven County went ahead and, because this is a separate pot of money, it's kind of a new way of doing these programs with this PA funds. Craven County elected to go ahead and kind of do the demo forecasting on the front end. But, yeah, we will be acquiring all of these properties, proposedly acquiring these properties over the next probably 60 days. But once they are acquired, yes, they will be Craven County's responsibility at that point in time. Once they're demoed and cleared, then the open space management phase of buyout comes into play where, either they just go back to clean and green or they are used with some of the ways that FEMA will allow you to use acquired properties.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, so we have a motion for the approval of this contract award, and we have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nays? No nays? Ayes have it.
items we have for your consideration tonight is a subdivision. The planning board met back on September 24th and recommended the James W. Williamson III and wife Crystal D. Dunn subdivision for approval. The property is owned by James Williamson and Crystal Dunn. It's surveyed by Terry Wheeler. It's located in Township 2 off of Branch Canal Road. Subdivision contains 4 lots on approximately 3.6 acres of property, and the lots will be served by the First Craven water and individual septic tanks. A vote to approve the subdivision is needed to allow it to be recorded in the Register of Deeds.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve the subdivision?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Nays? The ayes have it.
Thank you.
Next is appointments. We have pending Adult Care Home Advisory Committee, Craven Agent Planning Board, Craven Pamlico Regional Library Board, Community Child Protection Team, Nursing Home Advisory Committee, Regional Aging Advisory Committee, Senior Legislative Tar Heels, and Voluntary Agricultural District. Do you have any, no appointments so far for those? Current Firemen's Relief Fund Board of Trustees, Red Mitchell, Township Hope City Fire, seeks reappointment.
Mr. Chairman, I'd ask that Mr. Mitchell be reappointed.
Okay. And we have Aaron McLaughlin of Township 8, Realms Fire, seeks reappointment. Township 8.
Mr. Chairman, if Commissioner Mitchell was all right with it,
Yes.
I'd ask that Mr. McLaughlin be reappointed.
Okay. And we also have Fire Tax Commissioner Joseph Midget, Township 1, Vanceboro Fire Department. I would reappoint Mr. Midget. Aaron McLonghorn, Township 8, Realms, seeks reappointment, Township 8.
All right.
Yes, I recommend that we reappoint him.
Okay. Upcoming terms expiring, Fire Tax Commissioner Board, Rodney Russell, Township 3, Dover Fire. Craven County Planning Board, Danny Hill Jr., and Craven Agent Planning Board, Carolyn Squires. Next is the County Attorney's Report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Commissioners, good evening. I have several items for the board's consideration this evening, all of them dealing with property the county acquired through the tax foreclosure process. The first item is an initial offer to purchase the property located at 108 Arnold Street in Vanceboro, parcel number 1-V-09-066. The offer is in the amount of $1,000. The past due taxes and cost of foreclosure were $3,803.68. And the tax value of the property is $6,410. As the board is aware, if the board approves this, we will sign a resolution and contract and put the thing out for upset bids and bring it back to the board when that process is over. If it's the board's desire, we would suggest that you approve the transaction and authorize us to proceed.
I have a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nays? The ayes have it.
The second item is another initial offer on property located on Adams Creek Road with a parcel number of 5-014-1005. The offer amount is $1,500. The taxes and costs from the foreclosure were $2,700.41. The tax value is $4,370. As with the prior item, we would recommend approval so that we can begin the upset bid process.
Okay, do I have a motion?
So moved.
A second.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nays? The ayes have it.
And the third and final item is the approval of a conveyance after the expiration of the upset bid process. This is property located on Muddy Lane in New Bern with a parcel number of 1044303. The upset bid period has expired. The offer amount was $1,000. The past due taxes and the cost of foreclosure were $1,135.58. The tax value is $4,050. This matter is ready to be concluded, and we would recommend that the board approve the execution and delivery of the deed and the related closing documents.
I have a motion to adopt the resolution.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nays? Ayes have it.
That concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Petition of citizens, we have no petition for,
No, sir.
okay? The county attorney gets to say something at this point, the county manager.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I really hate I cannot be there with you guys tonight. I hope you can hear me okay. Since you can't see me, I figured I'd have a really long report tonight. I'm joking, by the way. But I did want to tell you a couple things ongoing with the county, some good news stories. Just today, we received our CO for the Convention Center project, which was a long time coming. Big kudos to Gene and his team with facilities. Really expedited that project, and it looks great. We do anticipate some type of formal ribbon cutting or something in the near future. We've continued over the last 2 weeks to have various internet connectivity meetings. We've meeting with a variety of different companies, targeting areas we know have either no service or very marginal service. Those areas include most of western Craven County, most of northwestern Craven County, and far eastern Craven County. Obviously, there's different solutions based on geography and types of infrastructure we have in place, but all of them are progressing nicely, and we hope to have some more information for you at the work session soon. And lastly, Mr. Chairman, I was going to mention the Highway 17 meeting we attended last week. There were some interesting reports there from the chairman, Mike Fox of DOT. He gave a very in-depth review of what's going on with some of the funding challenges inside DOT and some of the delay that we've seen the project, and quite frankly, some of the turnover we've seen with the DOT staff over the last few months. So it's sort of a work in progress, but things are charging ahead. There was some good news on the Craven County projects, and some of those may be pulled back sooner than others. So we look forward to those things continuing. Also, interesting conversation about what do you do when a fuel tax doesn't meet the needs of the revenue side for DOT. And they had a lady from I would just say a transportation think tank, give a really in-depth presentation I enjoyed about all the different options out there for revenue for DOT. So, Mr. Chair, that's my report.
Okay. We were supposed to have a work session on the October the 19th. We are going to cancel that work session and make it on November the 4th at 8:30 in the morning. That will have to be a special meeting, correct, Jack?
Yes, sir, it will.
Okay, so we'll have to advertise for a special meeting on November the 2nd, November the 4th, I'm sorry. November the 2nd was before Election Day. Election Day is November 3rd. So we'll have it on the 4th, and we'll start it at 8:30 in the morning. Okay? Everybody mark that in your calendars, please.
Mr. Chair, I think on November 4th, I'll be in South Carolina. So
Why would you be in South Carolina on November the 4th?
Because I'm going on vacation.
You're going for vacation.
In
All right.
Myrtle Beach.
You got any suggestions, Jack?
Yes, sir. I'm rapidly pulling my calendar up. So we have your normal commissioner meetings on November the 2nd. Election Day is November the 3rd. And then, of course, the 4th was the date you had selected. Commissioner McCabe, will you also be out 5th and 6th as well?
Yes.
Okay. How does October the 30th or October 29th work for the board?
October 29th is what?
Thursday.
That's on a Thursday.
It's not the greatest, but I can make it.
Make it October the 29th at 8:30.
Or, Mr. Chairman, the other thing I would add is we, of course, could delay it all the way till November 16th and just continue it on after your normal day commissioner meeting. I will note there's, 8 or 9 items on there, so it will be a lengthy meeting.
Yeah, I don't think that's
it
a
would
good
probably,
idea.
my anticipation would be if you had a commissioner meeting, it would take most of the rest of the day.
Have we thought about using Doodle? Go around and look at calendar options for people?
It's
Well, the
certainly an
problem is
option.
that-
I would ask Nan could do that tomorrow if that would work for the board.
Yeah.
Yep, I can do that.
Okay, let's do that for tomorrow.
Nan, I will touch base with you in the morning.
Sure.
on
Mr.
that.
Chairman, Jack, what date were we going to have that, the work session to discuss budgetary items?
We were shooting for, and more than likely because of some of the way the data is coming in, it was going to be the end of November or sort of early December when we would have a good pinpoint for that.
Yeah, I hate to go into November on this because that's a pretty big schedule on that work session, Jack.
I mean, it is, there's 8 or 9 items. A lot of them are holdovers from budget that aren't, didn't have easy answers in June,
What's going to tomorrow?
Is it possible for you to call in from vacation?
No, I'm doing our money.
I mean, Mr. Chairman, if the board sees fit and you don't want to do a poll, I mean, obviously you could come in early on November 2nd and we could just, just start early and keep working to your meeting. I mean, that's just the day before Election Day. I'm not
Well,
sure
the only
what
problem with
commitments you have.
that is, I believe Commissioner Liner has an appointment on the 2nd.
Like I said, y'all can, I'll just be late. I mean, if you want to,
If we make it 12:30, would that help?
no.
No?
I mean, I'm going to be late either way. I mean, but that's fine.
All right, maybe what we can do is put on the beginning the easier topics first.
Okay.
November 2nd would work for me.
Okay, let's make it November 2nd then.
Okay. And Mr. Chair, I just want to make sure I heard that right. That would be 12:30 p.m., correct?
Correct,
Okay. Thank you, sir.
So November 2nd, 12:30.
12:30.
What time are we doing it?
12:30.
3rd, November 2nd.
If you want to get here a little earlier, you can get here a little earlier. Okay, then, that's settled then, Jack. November 2nd at 12:30.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Chair, but do we have a date for the budget one?
That can go until November, right, Jack?
That's probably more than likely going to need to be in December, sir, because we're going to need enough data from a financial perspective to give you, we need at least a quarter's worth of data to make it worthwhile
That's
to you.
true.
So it's probably going to be December.
No, sir, and I understand that. I was just saying if we could start calendaring that now, it would be a lot easier before. Maybe that's a place to do the doodle. December,
Yeah.
things fill up real quick.
That would be
Sure.
decent.
Yeah, we can do a Google poll on that, and I'll talk with Craig tomorrow and kind of get a better picture of when exactly he would have the data. So we'll send an email out to judge your calendars on that.
Okay.
We're doing November 2nd.
12:30, they're going to have the work session. All right, so then you're going to have Nan check that out.
Okay.
Okay. Our next is a closed session, but would we all take a 5-minute break so we can get rid of the mics, and we'll be staying in this room.
Yeah, we need a motion, though.
Make a motion to go into closed session
Second.
after a 5-minute break.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Nays? Ayes have it.